Hello and welcome to week 4 in our 7-week series of Yoga and the Art of Aging. As you know, I've got with me Eleanor and Al, and I'm Sasha. Today we're going to be concentrating on strengthening and toning the heart and the lungs. The rounded shoulder phenomenon seems to set in as we age, decreasing the lung capacity and weakening the heart. The lungs sit from the collarbones here right down to our bottom and just below our sternum here, with the heart in between. So when we round the shoulders, we decrease the lung capacity, decreasing the oxygen uptake, weakening the heart and the heart arteries. So it's important to keep the chest open and stretching the chest, which we're going to do in the following classes, increasing the lung capacity, strengthening the heart and heart arteries, and decreasing the risk of heart disease as we get older. Today we're going to start the class sitting in Vajrasana, hero's pose, unfolding the legs. Some of you may need some height for this pose, and some may need more height than others. So Ellen is going to demonstrate with 2 folded blankets. Folded blankets is better than cushions because it gives you a more even surface to work with and feel the weight into the sit bones. Or you could have 1 blanket like Al, or no blankets like me if you're reasonably open in the knees. If you have knee problems and this position is just really uncomfortable for you, you can stay with the cross-legged position. We're going to start off with Prana Mudra today. So begin with the hands down below the navel, and they're going to follow the breath up. So take a deep inhalation, and on the exhalation, empty the lungs completely. On the next inhalation, inhale, have the hands moving up with the breath as the breath moves into the abdomen, the lower rib cage, the upper rib cage, up to the top of the collarbones. Keep the energy moving right through to the crown of the head. Bring the hands out to level with the ears. And following the breath back down on the exhalation. And repeating. Long, smooth and even inhalations. Feel the breath filling up the body with prana or life force, filling up the lungs with oxygen. Never strain with the breath. Make sure that the breath just flows evenly and smoothly. If you're finding that lengthening the breath this much on the inhalation, exhalation is too much, you can take a normal inhalation, exhalation in between each one of these. And on your last one, bring your hands to your knees. And coming into Gomukhasana, so inhaling the right arm up above the head and left hand behind. If you have difficulty in clasping the hand, you can use a strap. So again, if you don't have one of these yoga straps at home, you can just use a belt or a dressing gown cord and just place it in between the hands, and then working the hands closer together. So as you know, as you've seen on the series so far, Al and Eleanor are flexible And you may be wondering why they can't touch their hands together behind their back. What they're doing is focusing on keeping the scapula onto the spine. So what tends to happen in this pose is that as we grab the hands, the scapula here pops out. So you really need to focus on drawing that into the rib cage and down. If you can't do that with the hands clasped, then you take hold of the strap. And quietly releasing. And let's change sides. Left hand up, that's it, and right hand behind. So in this pose, it's common for the rib cage to come forward. So you need to keep the rib cage moving back and the lower sternum coming down into the abdomen. Keep the head in line with the shoulders. Don't protrude the chin, so keep that down. And stretching the left elbow up towards the sky and the right elbow down towards the earth. Long, smooth and even breaths. And releasing. And just taking your blankets away and stepping back to downward facing dog to stretch out the back of the legs. And walking the feet into the hands and rolling up through the spine, come to standing into Tadasana. And moving into warming up the body. So you'll be getting to know the warm up now, and each time there's been a slight variation. And today we're going to hold the upward facing dog for a little bit longer than the downward facing dog. So inhaling the arms up above the head, reaching the fingertips up towards the sky. Exhale, Gomukhasana. Inhale, Uttanasana. Exhale, right leg reaching it all the way back. Inhale, arms up above the head. Heel long to the wall behind you, reaching forward with the hands. Stepping back to plank. Down to chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog, and then inhale, stepping the right foot in between the hands and reaching the arms up above the head and coming forward and stepping back to plank, down to chaturanga, upward facing dog. Holding the upward facing dog. Long, smooth and even breaths. Energize the legs. Engage the core muscles. Sides of the waist moving in towards the spine. Sides of the navel moving in towards the belly button. Shoulders down the spine. Chest lifted and open. And exhale back to downward facing dog. And stepping or jumping the feet into the hands. Uttanasana. Gomukhasana. Press through the heels, reach up towards the sky. And hands back down to prayer. Inhale, exhale here. And inhale, reaching the arms up above the head. And exhale, Gomukhasana. Uttanasana, stepping the left leg back, inhaling the arms up above the head, reaching forward, hands forward down over the knee, placing the hands like you would for downward dog, stepping back to plank, chaturanga, Again, Eleanor demonstrating the half plank in Chaturanga, upward facing dog and downward facing dog. Stepping the left leg in between the hands, inhaling the arms up above the head, exhaling the hands down. Inhaling, stepping back to plank, down to Chaturanga. Inhale up to upward facing dog, breathing here. So you can see on Eleanor the arms are nice and straight as much as possible. The legs are actually off the mat, so you're not resting on the tops of the thighs and the knees. Upward facing dog, the weight should just be on the hands, the tops of the feet and the ankles. Moving back to downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale here, and stepping or jumping the feet back into Uttanasana. Gomukhasana, Tadasana, and hands back to prayer.
Hi there, thanks for watching. I hope you've been enjoying the videos in our members preview area.
Our members area has the full content. There you'll find great videos about yoga practice and healthy eating.
Just fill in the form at yoga.org to activate your subscription.
We look forward to seeing you there.
See you there soon. Namaste.
Namaste.